Tonight, from Seattle, Washington, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Denver Broncos.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington.
The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah. 2
touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Brings up third down and 4.
Here's Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Rolling to his left. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but it'll be second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
They go play action with Wilson. Out to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Oh, hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
Intended for Will Dissly.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. So here are the Broncos backed up to start their initial drive. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
We both know it's a league where they seemingly throw the ball in just about every play. But watching him perform last week where he threw 3 touchdown passes still caught my eye in a big way.
Still kind of the gold standard, 3 touchdown passes, isn't it? And for his efforts last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I can't wait to see what he does this week.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku, and that'll bring up second down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
A throw over the middle taken in. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Number 81.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
A loss of 9 yards.
Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. Now the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. On first down, it's Carson, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
He's taken down at
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. And man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
at their own 25-yard line.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Second and 13. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Out of the gun now on third down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson, forced out to his left. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
For DK Metcalf, incomplete. Brings up second.
Play action. Now Wilson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Tyler Lockett with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field.
This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. His throw incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And 7 yards to go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Now it's Lockett. 35 yards that time on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. Going for Metcalf. This is caught inside the 15. And they do finally get him at the 12. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 48 yards.
Boy, they've definitely come out of the gate smoking here in the first quarter. Whatever they've tried to run has worked. And there's another example right there. Game plan is one thing, but how about his accuracy? It's been exceptional.
2nd quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And hang on here because the running back, Carson, yet to get up after that play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. N'Keal Harry was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Running is Swift.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Darrell Taylor. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The Broncos on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd down and 12. Back to throw. Got his man. That's Harry. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Now they'll throw here out of the gun toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
Covered by Jamal Adams.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score.
Obviously, Brandon, they couldn't get it all back with just one score, but that touchdown chips into the lead, and now it makes the comeback a little bit more manageable.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis.
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of the season.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown.
For the extra point.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
But that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
On the move to his left. He's going to take off with it. He spins free and brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. Steps away. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Wilson.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
From the shotgun, Wilson. This is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
It's Wilson on the option.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like
end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
The extra point now coming from Myers. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it all culminates with a Seattle score.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
Make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. Fighting his way through contact. And nothing but daylight ahead. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Jonathan Taylor in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos cut into that lead.
Terrific. Touchdown. I know we've got a game now.
Yeah, I think anytime you go to the second half down just 1 or 2 scores, you feel not where you want to be, but in a pretty good spot.
And I think for most teams, when they go into the half in this situation, it's not a lot of adjusting going on. It's much more, all right, guys, let's just play a little bit better than we did in the first half.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Incomplete. It's second down and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. This is the tight end, Njoku. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is going to be incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it was the Chiefs who were able to come away with the home victory. 24-17, your final score. From there, we'll head down to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. 28-14 was your final score. And lastly, we'll wrap up the week on Monday Night Football. Definitely one to tune in for, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions. In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Here's Myers now to kick it away.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Now this throw caught left side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10. Down at the 31. Now left side on the swing pass. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Broncos get a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense.
They've been able to move the ball well in the air, and certainly a big reason why those receiving corps have been excellent.
There's no doubt about it, partner. And let's face it, when they get away from defenders, those guys are quick. And when they go over the top of people and use their bodies, they're just thick. But let's face it, what we're seeing right now are catches that are simply sick.
Well, you brought your A game. You're fired up over those catches, aren't you?
Can't help it. Even as a former defensive back, I've got to tip my cap to these guys. They are balling.
I appreciate that. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson.
Chris Carson.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Rolling to his left. Going for Metcalf on the deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the big gain through the air, but scratch it all off because he could not hang on to the football.
And you have to like what they did on defense here. They didn't give up on the play. Big yardage given up, but they still battled all the way to the end and helped force a turnover.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They run it with Carson. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's Wilson to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10.
And the Seahawks are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Now he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Broncos 14.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Denver's offense ready to go again.
They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground with Swift.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
The ball carrier.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
On the slant, completes to Sutton.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 41-yard line.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. That catch good for only a couple.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
And that's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
They run again with Carson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down. Stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. This throw complete. Wilson finding Lockett. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Will Dissly, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of it.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Darrell Taylor
able to record his 5th sack of the season. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. Through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, 85 yards. And the Broncos cut into that lead. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
Point after, right down the middle. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually...
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 3 here in this game, and 17 now on the year. And the Seahawks are able... Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
And Denver getting set to take the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And he finds a man on the crossing route. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He completes this to Sutton. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
For number 80, incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw again. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the...
And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll